And welcome to the Pekin First podcast. My name is Josh, and I get the absolute pleasure of serving as the online ministries director right here at Pekin First.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sean. I get the pleasure of serving as the pastor here at Pekin First.
All right, and this is episode 52 of the Pekin First podcast, and this one is called Grace Flowing. We're going to go through a little of what we got going on around here at Pekin First and how grace is flowing through Pekin First and into the community and into the world in some parts. So we're just going to kind of go through everything that's going on. We were talking about it the other day, and we're like, there is so much going on. Yeah. Like, I can't fit it into a Monday update.
Right. It's a busy time, and hang in there with us. I mean, if you're dropping in just to kind of get some encouragement or whatever, just know that we are just taking some time today to really help you understand what's happening here at the church, because there's so many wonderful opportunities and some ways that you can come and participate. And if you're listening and you're not part of our church, there's some great ways for you to check us out and get involved. And we just want you to know about those things.
Yeah, absolutely. And just get plugged in somewhere. Yeah. And hang out with a good group of people and help in the community for sure. All right, but we're going to start this episode off the same way that we start every episode off, and it's this week's personal best. And I think I'll go first this week.
Okay.
So my personal best is happening this evening, and that is my youngest daughter is in choir, which my two daughters both were in choir, and now I can't sing a note. I'm a technical guy, so I'm on the other side of the soundboard. That's my job. Right. That's my talent. That's the singing side of the soundboard, not me. So I get to shoot out of here as soon as we're done recording this, and I get to go to Metamora and listen to her sing. So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Is it a Christmas concert?
You know what? It's a fall concert.
Okay.
They don't usually they'll do one or the other.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot on the parents.
Yeah.
And when she was in band and because she was in band for just a little bit, when she was in both, that made it a really long season. But
yeah, I was in choir in high school, and our daughter was in choir when she was in high school too. And I always loved the Christmas concerts. I mean, participating in them and going and just listening to the choir sing. It's something about music at Christmas time is, I don't know, there's just something very special about that.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. My personal best was this past weekend. Our son, we have two children, grown children, daughter and son, and our son drove up from Nashville to spend the weekend with us, and we actually, the weather was outstanding this last weekend. You know, we had days in the 70s. It was beautiful. And so we got to get out and play a couple rounds of golf together and spend some time and had some good meals and just hung out, Sandra and myself and our son. And it was a great time.
Absolutely. All right, let's hop into episode 52. But before we move on, how did you golf, by the way?
Yeah, episode 52. What is this one all about? Sometimes it's just about the fun, right? We're just going to go out and have a good time. I had a couple of good holes, and that's all that really matters to me. If I par a hole, it's like, okay, that I can chalk it up as a victory today, and
1 out of 18.
Yeah. Well, we decided to play a course called Coyote Creek, which what I wanted to do was take him someplace I hadn't played before, which was a great idea, but I didn't realize how challenging Coyote Creek is. It's a very challenging course, so. Yeah,
it is a very, very, very challenging course. Yeah. I've never played it, but I've heard all about it because I'm a once-a-year golfer, so for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into episode 52. I just remembered the story about Coyote Creek, so I had to ask. So as we head into the Advent season, and it's the season of giving, right? It's the season of giving. Pekin First has grace flowing through it everywhere we turn. And I said it on the Monday update. I am so proud to be a part of this church this Advent for sure. I'm always proud to be a part of this church, but just the giving, the grace flowing, the everything that's happening here for the community and for people that are less fortunate or people who just need a boost, a mental boost.
Yeah.
it's just amazing the grace flowing through Pekin First.
Yeah.
So whether you're on the giving side or just somebody who needs a little help, this is a great way to get plugged in. So we're going to run through some of those.
Yeah. Let me say a couple things first.
Yep.
The word Advent might be a word that some people don't really know. In our tradition, particularly within the church world, church language, Advent is a season, and Advent just means arrival or coming. And basically what we do is celebrate for 4 weeks leading up to Christmas the arrival of the Christ child once again into our lives. So it's a season of preparation as we wait again to receive Christ into the world and into our lives. It's also a time of looking forward to the second Advent when we believe that Jesus will return again and come back again. So it's a wonderful season. It's a season that is focused on music and candles and the great stories from Scripture of the birth of Jesus and the arrival of the Christ child into the world. And it really makes Christmas, for me, a wonderful time, not just a day, but an entire season that leads us up to that day where we can actually celebrate together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when we started talking about this, it kind of jarred some scripture in your head.
Yeah. I thought I would share Acts chapter 2, verses 42 to 47, because as you said a few minutes ago, this is not just about us spouting out some activities and events. This is about what the church should be about. And as the pastor here, I am deeply honored and privileged to be a part of a church that really sees its responsibility as more than just simply gathering, once a week. And there's something wonderful about worshiping and gathering together, of course, but the church is called to so much more than that. So here in Acts chapter 2, we have a picture of what the early church looked like. And if anybody ever says, what's the church supposed to look like? Well, it's right there in Acts chapter 2, verses 42 to 47. Here's what it says. They, talking about the first Christians, the first believers in Jesus, this is after Jesus has been crucified, died, and resurrected. The Holy Spirit has already been poured out on them at Pentecost, and they begin to gather together. And it says, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of the bread and to prayer. And everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. And every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Such a beautiful picture of what the church should be about. It's coming together for prayer and for teaching and for fellowship, but it's also about giving and serving and caring for the needs of everyone that's within the community, the faith community, but also in the extended community around them.
Absolutely. And notice in that scripture, it says in their personal homes.
Yeah.
So the church is not about the building that we're in. God has given us this building to use as a resource, and the tools that we have here, such as, just the equipment that we're talking on right now, has given us the blessing of this equipment and this building to do his work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily. The church is not the building. It is 100% the people, and it says in their personal home they broke bread.
Right.
And so it just goes to show you that it's not about the building. It's 100% about the people.
The building is a blessing because it's a resource for us to use. It's a place to gather. It's a place to launch ministries out of. But it is not the church. The church is the people doing the work of Christ in the world, following Jesus and being Christ-like in the world.
And one of those blessings that we get to have is the Cunningham Christmas tree, and that this is something we've been doing it in the church for years. I guess I've just never, I don't know, pay attention is not the right word, but it's something we've done for so long that sometimes it gets overlooked. And this is kind of a reborn ministry for sure with the Cunningham Children's Home. And the Cunningham Children's Home does social programs and just helps people feel their worth. And that's kind of what I've gotten out of all this is the Cunningham home is not just for children, it is for families, and it's to help people feel their worth.
Yeah.
And so we have a tree sitting out behind the sanctuary. In church language, it's called the narthex, but it is the lobby behind the sanctuary where we gather for certain things before and after church. And there's a tree there. You take a tag off of the tree, and there's a list on it for a young lady or a young man, and you go buy stuff and put it underneath the tree in a bag. Yeah. And then the United Methodist women take a trip to Cunningham home to wrap the gifts and put them under the trees.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that they actually take them there and wrap them at the Cunningham home, and then they distribute them to the children and the families on the spot. You know, some people may be familiar with what's called an angel tree. This is very similar to that. We just have picked the Cunningham Children's Home as the recipient of the gifts from our church. It's a wonderful ministry.
Absolutely.
There's a few angels still left on that tree too.
There is, yeah. It usually comes down to they don't put the tags on the tree until the first Saturday that they're going to do it, because they want everybody to have an opportunity to give, but the tree will empty out. Like if they do it Friday night, by Saturday worship, the tree's empty.
Right.
So it's just a great sign of the way that Pekin First loves to give.
Yep.
So snack packing. This is one of my personal, and I don't know why I've taken a heart to this. It probably because of my childhood, and not that I had a bad childhood, but I grew up in the 80s, and the 80s were a little rough. So snack packing is feeding hungry children that when they go home, there's not much food in the cabinets, especially these days with the SNAP snafu and all the things going on in our world. People that are struggling to put food on the table are really struggling now to put food on the table. Right. And so this group gets together once a month. They pack snack packs for the entire month. So it's not, I'll say non-perishable. They are perishable, but it's not like bread or milk or anything like that. It's fruit cups and popcorn and just things that kids can snack on during the weekend when they're not at school to get a healthy meal.
Yep. Yeah, they were here last night packing the boxes, and just tons of people. Folks love to give here at this church. Very generous people packing those bags up and getting them distributed to Dirksen schools so that the kids can have them before the long weekend.
Yep. I did a special video on that a couple years ago, and I tried to do one once a year. I haven't got the chance to do one this year, but the first year that we really, really pushed it, and it became a huge need is what happened was, things were starting to get tight or whatever. And I did a special on it, and I actually got to go to Dirksen and watch them distribute the and it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing to see those kids' faces.
Right. Like so what can they use right now? What are their needs?
It is popcorn. It's
toaster pastries.
It's the fruit cups, things like that. Yeah. I believe like oatmeal bars or whatever they have, the Nutri-Grain bars or whatever. Yep. Just things like that.
Yep.
There's a complete list on our website of the dates, especially because, like they were packing for Thanksgiving this last week because Thanksgiving falls in there. The next one is December 17th, so they'll be packing for Christmas.
Right.
So they do different things. So go to our website at pekinfirst.org, go to the left-hand side, and there's a calendar there. And on the date that we're packing snack packs, there's a list there.
There you go. And they also try to do gluten-free for the kids who are gluten-free as well.
Yep.
So.
Very important. My wife's gluten-free, and I've learned how important that is for sure.
Yeah.
We're also this month for November, and this one kind of caught me off guard this last week as I was getting ready for announcements, because we kind of just did it. You know what I mean? It was kind of just I don't know if it was planned or I hadn't heard about it. It was just, we put some boxes in the lobby. The food banks are just, the lines at the food banks are just getting crushed.
Yeah.
And so they're running out of food. So we put three I called them county market boxes. That ages me. Do you know what a county market is? Do you know what no. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So county market is a farmer's store, if you will. It's it's like a value check, right? We got a value check.
Okay.
That's where county market used to be.
Gotcha.
And they had the grocery store boxes, and they said county market on them, and everybody used them to move, right? Those are they're like banana boxes. So we put those out there, and we're filling those for the food bank. So anytime during the day that you feel led, just drop off some canned goods or whatever.
There's also
boxes.
a list there too, laying out by the boxes, and it was a last minute. One of our lay people just said, "Hey, can we do this?" And I said, "Let's go for it." Sometimes, the ideas aren't something that we plan for months at a time. Sometimes they just happen. And with everything happening in our country right now, and the people who are hungry, and we got word from our sister church, Grace, that their food pantry was basically out of food. I mean, they had run out, and could we help them to restock? So there we go. Yeah, just trying to help.
Absolutely. And a lot of the boxes, like when I was here filming that night, a lot of those boxes were starting to fill up.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a good feeling for sure.
Yep.
So we're doing that the month of November. But if the boxes aren't here or you feel led, drop it off at Grace. Grace has a food pantry down on 4th Street. Grace has a food pantry once a week or month.
I think they're doing it once a week now.
Okay. Yeah. And it's a good way to give back for sure.
Yep.
Timber Creek collection. This is a nursing home collection. A lot of people in the nursing homes, they don't get out much, and they have a need for things. Some of them don't have the means to just get the basic needs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Christmas time. We think about the children so often. Sometimes we forget about our seniors. And I'm so grateful that we have this ministry as well, where we're thinking about those who are shut in, and maybe they don't have family nearby, and they need some things too. And sometimes it's just simple things like they want decorations for their door, or maybe they may just say, "Hey, I'd love some cookies. I need some. I remember Christmas cookies when I was growing up. Maybe I could have." It's just special ways that we can bless every group of people, and I'm grateful for that ministry as well.
And that's going to happen December 5th and 6th, and December 13th and 14th, those weekends. And if you watch worship online, or you come to worship, in the pre-videos, I'll have a list, and we'll get a list up on the website, and we'll probably do a little poking on Facebook too. Yeah. So look for that list there. The Midwest Food Bank is happening December 11th. Now, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to get Kay Appel on for the Timber Creek thing, and Debbie Helmick, because the Midwest Food Bank has become a monthly deal. They don't advertise that it's monthly in case they have to miss a month, but to my knowledge, it's been every month probably for the past, 4 or 5 months at least.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a field trip. I mean, this isn't, come bring something. This is come get on the bus and go with us to the Midwest Food Bank, and we'll do whatever they need us to do at the food bank. So this is a great opportunity, not just to give of your resources, money or items, but to give your time and to use your hands to actually help.
Absolutely. And that happens December 11th. This December 11th, I think we get on the bus at 1:00. So, but do check our website. All the stuff is on the website for sure, times and dates and all the good things. Salvation Army, we're going to ring the bell for an entire day this year at the Walmart. So sign up to get a time slot to ring the bell for the Salvation Army. Yeah. We're doing that at Walmart. So come visit us that day and drop a little change, or a little paper money would be good too, into the Salvation Army bucket. Yeah. The Salvation Army here in town at least does a ton. Yeah. They do a lot with the people that are on the streets and people who are trying to recover. And so they have a day shelter. They have a night shelter as well. Yep. So it's a good ministry to support for sure.
That's December 13th. We'll be there all day on that Saturday. I think we'll be at the entrance to the grocery area. Ooh. So there are 2 doors, and I think Pekin First will be at the grocery door. So, come look for us, or even come help us if you want to, and stand out and ring that bell and be a presence for people.
When you're ringing the bell, if it's snowing, that's what that's when it really feels like Christmas. When you got the big flakes coming down and you're out there ringing the bell.
Love it.
It's a little chilly, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We have the Rock Kids Ministry that's also happening. I don't have a date on that, but so here's the cool thing about that is tune in next Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. We're going to drop a podcast on Thanksgiving, and we're going to have 2 special guests, and it's going to be Miss Emmy and Sandy. Sandra is your wife. Sandy is the youth leader. There we go. But we're going to have Emmy and Sandy on, and we're going to go over all that stuff that's happening in the kids and youth ministry. Yeah. They've got some, on top of everything that the adults are doing, the kids are doing all kinds of stuff too. So it's just a great way to get your kids involved while you're getting involved. And just get them plugged in for sure.
Rock Kids will actually be on the 13th, the same day that we're doing the Walmart too. So again, December, busy. We've got so many going on, but look at what's happening. We've got folks at Walmart ringing bells to help raise money for folks who are living in poverty or living on the streets through the Salvation Army. We've got a group down at the Pekin Housing Authority working with families and children there through our Rock Kids ministry. So much good stuff happening. People being the hands and feet of Jesus through this church. It's just wonderful.
I'm going to skim over a couple things real quick that are up and coming, that are happening starting in January and February, just to kind of give everybody a little bit of a preview. And that is the Open Table Ministry that has been happening once a quarter this last year, so we've had 4 of them, is going to switch gears, and it's going to go every other month. Next year, starting in February.
That's right.
So that ministry is a need for sure, and it's just sharing a hot meal with somebody who needs it, basically.
First Saturday of every month, starting in February. Every other month, starting in February. Yep.
So that ministry is expanding. We don't like to see the need for it, but we notice there's a need. So we're glad we can serve those people a little more.
Volunteers needed for those. Help in kitchen. You know, if you have any culinary skills, if you can even just stir soup or do whatever, it always needed.
My specialty is dishes.
There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I attended a meeting the other night with Sean and our communications team, and a bunch of folks that have been working on this for months. This was the first month that the communication team needed to be involved, but a bunch of folks have been working on this for several months, and that is the Pekin First Bicentennial Year, which is 2026.
Yeah.
And we have all kinds of cool events coming up, and it's all year long. We're going to do this all year long.
Yeah, lots of big activities. We won't. We can tease you with them right now, but just know that they're coming. Be prepared to see great, fun activities, family-friendly activities. Lots of good things happening in 2026 to celebrate that 200-year birthday.
And if you were married in this church, email info@pekinfirst.org. And just let Geraldine know, hey, we were married in the church. We've got a special request of you. So if you were married here, please email us, or you can call the church office as well.
Yep.
All right, so I do have my end thoughts, and it kind of ties into what we're talking about, grace flowing through the church and affecting lives. I've got a little bit of story that goes along with this one, so it'll only take a minute or two, so hang on just another minute or two. So this last week, over the past couple months, I should say, my leasing agent for my day job, who's been with us for 12 years, decided she's going to go work for a family business. Her extended family owns a business. They had a position open up, and it was the best fit for her. So she's going to go work in the family business, which is aluminum, something, gutters, I don't know, aluminum somewhere. So she is taking that journey. I've known her for 12 years, and she has grown so much over that 12 years, and we've kind of been through it together as friends and coworkers. And, you know, you work with somebody for so long, you become friends for sure. And she had become my fallback, if you will. And when I had an idea, a work idea, I would bounce it off of her or whatever. But the other thing that happened was we grew in faith together as friends. And so when she left, she gave me a card, and I knew it was going to be a rough one, right? And it was a thank you card, which kind of surprised me. I'm like, a thank you card? Why a thank you card? Not a goodbye card, not a... And so I'm going to read you this letter, and she's probably going to kill me for reading this, but I'm going to read it anyway, and it's pretty short. And it says, Josh, where do I even begin? At the time of my life when I felt one door slam shut, you took a leap of faith and gave me a chance. At the time, that chance meant a paycheck, so thank you, and thank you, God. But what that chance turned into was so much more. So much more than I ever imagined. My time with Ideal, which is the company that we work for, working in your shadow has meant so much to me, and it has taught me so much more. In the last 12 years, I've learned growth, patience, faith, grace, and even new levels of anger. I feel like you've helped push me into the person, worker that I am today, and I thank you. You've been a friend, a boss, a mentor, and I appreciate it. I'm happy to go on and go do great things. And so as we talk about the grace flowing through Pekin First and how we're affecting lives, every day you have the chance to affect somebody's life. And I didn't know that I was affecting her life, but I've watched her grow in her faith for sure. And I've talked about it. I haven't given her name, but I've talked about her on this podcast here and there quite a bit. And because her faith was growing so much and the grace that she was experiencing was awesome. So I just wanted to share that because as we talk about grace flowing through Pekin First and all the things that the church is doing, we're affecting lives, and that kind of flowed into it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Well, as we head into this season, I do hope and pray that every one of you has a wonderful Advent season, but also pray that you will find a way to serve and to give back. Just like we read in Acts, just like this story that Josh has just told, we all have ways that we can shine our light and share the good news with others through our words and through our deeds. So let's all commit to doing that this year.
Absolutely. And remember, God put us here to do great things. So let's go do great things.